Krosst Out in the studio.
What's up?
Oh, man. Now that was loud. I like that. You're my first rapper ever in here. We've had some people do some raps before, maybe do some acoustic songs and stuff like that, but I have never had a full-out rapper in the Wolf Studios before. How does it feel?
Feels amazing, man. I'm glad that I can start this off. Hopefully you get more.
Hopefully, man. But I don't know. Maybe you're the best. Maybe I don't need anybody else, right?
I would say I'm the best.
Well, I mean, come on. I heard in your song you're the best.
Well, I'm the best thing to hit that small town.
That's what I thought. All right.
3,000 people, so the ratio is pretty small.
That's right. Let's get into this. You're from Campbellford.
I am.
Krosst Out is from Campbellford, land of cows and tractors.
Exactly. Shout out to anybody watching this from Campbellford.
All right. So what was it like growing up in Campbellford? How'd you do? Did you go to high school there? Did you do the whole thing?
I did. I actually went to public school in Warkworth, and then went to high school in Campbellford.
All right.
And I did the whole thing there. I actually played for a bit of a band when I was in high school.
All right. What was the band name?
We didn't really have one.
No?
I grew up in the church.
Okay.
So we just played worship music basically the whole time, except for me and my buddy that played guitar, who he played guitar and drums, and we would rock out to like Dream Theater and Metallica and Red Hot Chili Peppers, like that, or like on the side after we would finish playing worship music.
So after church music, you go and get all demonic?
Exactly.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
I like it. That's
I
what you're
played
supposed to
bass.
do in high school. That's it, man.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So where does the whole rapping thing get started? Is this a high school thing? Does somebody give you a Biggie album when you're 15 and you're just like, I got dreams?
No, man. So because, like I said, I grew up in the church, so I grew up with like some like Christian hip hop.
Okay.
So that started that for a little bit.
All right.
And then I started getting in because my parents said it was bad. Eminem.
Christian hip hop is bad?
No,
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 Eminem is bad.
yeah,
Yes, that I can have.
Well, they were concerned about my upbringing, like my intake of rap music.
All right.
And then
As any good parent might be.
yeah, I suppose. And then so I actually snuck in some Eminem tracks, and then like it went from like Rakim, Nas, Eminem, Biggie.
So how do you listen to this when your parents are upstairs? How do you crank this up?
Well, I had an iPod.
Okay, headphones,
I had an iPod.
All right.
Yeah,
okay.
so they don't know what's going on. And you also don't label it, so it's just like track number 9. So you have no idea what it is.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. I did not have that. I had CDs. I couldn't even put the old record sleeve in, I couldn't even put Led Zeppelin in a Donny Osmond. It didn't work for me. No, man. But okay, so I mean, you grew up in the church. You grew up in Campbellford. Did you work on a farm? Did you do anything farm life?
I did do farm-related stuff.
Okay.
My uncles have farms, so I've done haying.
Mm-hmm. Sucks.
Yep. I've done a lot of chopping wood.
Mm-hmm.
That I don't mind, actually. It's kind of therapeutic.
Yeah, you feel like Rocky when you're chopping wood. And you're getting ready to fight off in Drago.
Yo, if Rocky can do it, then like there's no excuse that anyone else can't do it.
Exactly. Rocky can chug 6 eggs and not throw up. You try that.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, why not?
Come
Give
on.
it a shot. Why not?
And then I've shot at things with paintballs. We have a potato cannon.
Yeah. Well, growing up in Campbellford, that's standard. You have to have a paintball cannon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, that's other farm stuff related? I don't know.
Yeah. So that's where we get in the Campbellford life. You go to high school, you're a true Campbellfordian. You grow up singing church music, you're playing a little bit of heavy metal at night. Where's the crossover with the rap? Where do we decide I'm going out and I'm being a rapper?
Well, okay, so my buddy who was playing guitar and drums, he was a super big metalhead.
Okay.
And then I was like super into rap, right? So then we kind of crossed over, and then like Rage Against the Machine was like a mutual kind of love.
Right, as it would be with anyone.
And then I actually kind of tried to figure out what I wanted to do with my life. So like I was always like as a teen like working on rap music, like my raps.
Yeah.
Trying to like build myself up to be better, but it wasn't like super serious because I was playing bass a lot. So I was like, it wasn't until like I moved to Toronto. Well, I went to Toronto to like a studio, and the guy was like, yo, whatever you do, make sure you're the best at it. So if you're going to play bass, make sure you're the best bass player. If you're going to rap, make sure you're the best rapper. So I kind of just like, I moved to Montreal, Ottawa, tried to figure out what I wanted to do. Then moved to Montreal, and then went to audio school.
How much trouble you get in Montreal?
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
I found this one.
Hey. Lady friend.
So hey, what's up?
Hey, lady.
That's Melodica.
Melodica.
She's singing with me later, just in
Okay.
case.
Introduce your drummer too, because nobody's gonna be able to hear.
I
him
know.
back
I
there.
feel bad. I'm just talking about myself.
Unless he just yells really loud.
He can.
All right. Who are you?
My name's Taboo.
Louder.
Taboo is my name.
Taboo is the drummer. Krosst Out is
Yes.
the rapper, and the lovely Melodica.
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 That's right.
That's right.
All right. You guys can find them on Facebook. It is Krosst Out Music on Facebook. Melodica, are you on there as Melodica?
Yeah, Melodica Music.
Melodica Music is on there.
Yeah.
And back there.
Oh, back here. Taboo, Taabu, music.
Okay, that's
is,
Taboo with a U, two B's.
2 A's, 1 B,
Two
1
A's,
U.
1 B, 1 U. Taboo Music
You got it.
on Insta.
You got it.
There you go. You can find them. And you're on Spotify as well, right?
Yeah, we all got it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're on
we-
Spotify.
yeah, we
it's,
all
yeah,
did.
it's Crossed Out on Spotify as well.
Krosst Out, Taboo, Melodica on Spotify. If you got it, follow us.
All right. You
Yeah.
guys want to do another tune now?
Sure.
All right. Then we're going to get to know some more things.
All right.
I want to get into the journey more.
All right. All right.
All right. Okay. Okay. Save some stuff for later.
We can do one.
Okay.
One.
Let's
All
do
right,
it.
Let's do one.
This one's a fun.
This one is a fun one. Speaking of being back home. Antonio in the backs, drinking Jack. No one called a taxi, that's why we're driving drunk. About to make the life all up in the trunk. Tequila bottles, whiskey bottles, we ain't got enough. All we doing is risky, cause we wanna have fun. Cracking 96 pops and weed in and shit like. Henny and someone's got to, cause we been taking the six off. Swerving down this dirt road, but we almost hit a curb, yo. Back it off, the traffic's gone. Not for us or plastic dog. We ain't even at the party yet, but when we get there, the plan is for me to bust a rap and have an audience. Have the crowd go out and then pass the bottle. We party like it's nothing, cause we've done this before. Breaking all the rules with the bottles on the floor. If you wanna see a party, anyway, what's in store? On the lights of the party, the party, the party. We party like it's nothing, cause we've done this before. Breaking all the rules with the bottles on the floor. If you wanna see a party, anyway, what's in store? On the lights of the party, the party. Right away, we skid up in that driveway. Have that gravel fire, time to party. But thank God it's Friday. Tomorrow's gonna be rough. Our liver's gonna get beat up. Let's all crank that beat up. Let's all crank that beat up. This girl's not liking how I talk. Holding me up against my words like it's my fault. Girl, I'm drunk, so I say what I want. I told ya. Ain't this kids like go hard, contain it, act cool like a soda. I'm so high. Yeah, you know I release you in the devil now. Raise the cup, think like Billy Idol, raise a rebel. Yo, don't let it echo out of you ain't with us, and you better check your stuff. We just trash his house, we just trash his couch. We got matches out, we gon' burn this glass in the ashes now. People already passing out, it ain't even after hours. Now these are the days of our lives. Wasted on our man, we drinking a lot. Party like it's nothing, cause we've done this before. Breaking all the rules with the bottles on the floor. If you wanna see a party, then wait, what's in store? On the lights of the party, the party, the party. Party like it's nothing, cause we've done this before. Breaking all the rules with the bottles on the floor. If you wanna see a party, then wait, what's in store? On the lights of the party, I said that before. Man, you joking, this dude's trying to choke me. Acting like a dopey, right smack dog coachy. Why you trying to provoke me? Stop swinging the jab, then I suck him back and knock him out. I'm feeling bound. In the corner, I see Cheryl passed out. Connie's barely breathing, Jason's in the camera cheating. Jocelyn's on the floor for some reason, grieving. Everything this season seems to be overeating. Everybody's having issues. I'm gonna be a comment. The back who shot the Roman. It's like my head got knocked by Brooklyn. I'm a couple enough. Never a bunch of the ones that come. But I feel like a pussy. This window's fast up. Right in the bathtub. Everybody acts up. They saw the blood in the back up. And then it's Someone's about to pop the trunk, pouring alcohol on the rug. I can't explain it, I think I'm wasted, Something cause we've done this before. Breaking all the rules with the bottles on the floor. If you wanna see a party, then wait, what's in store? On the life of the party, we party like it's nothing cause we've done this before. Breaking all the rules with the bottles on the floor. If you wanna see a party, then wait, what's in store? On the life of the party, I said that before. Yeah.
Take a drink and keep it going.
You want us to do another one?
You got another.
Yeah?
They want it.
All right, all right.
All right.
Everyone's saying yes?
Everyone's saying yes.
All right. What's up, guys? Thank you for tuning in. I'm Krosst Out again. That's Taboo on the drums. With me is Melodica. You can't see her right now.
But I'm here.
She's there. All right. This song, it's a brand new song. It's not even out yet. I actually just dropped a brand new song on this past Friday. So if you go everywhere to where I'm at, you'll see it there. It's a little bit different than this. I like to change up my style every once in a while. But this new song, like I said, it's not out yet. But it's kind of like where I'm trying to go with stuff. So I hope you like it. If you don't, be honest and say it sucks and that I suck and that I should go home.
Nobody's saying that.
Okay, well,
Let's do it.
let's do it. I've been living life so unusual. Not that kid that you used to know. Less weddings and more of these funerals. Not that kid that you used to know. Long hair and this whiskey. Yeah. Not that kid that you used to know. So if I left, yeah, you'd never have to miss me. Telling me that I don't pick up that phone much anymore, and you don't call home. Why are the people that you gotta ignore? You say that you're one of us, but it's pretty clear that you're not. Why? Think that you better? That you're big now? Move from the small town, go and get the big stuff. Now that your ego's even bigger now, and you fucking forgot our names. Wow, how? From the same town when nothing ever happened. We did the parties up like matches, but back then, those memories you can have them. Not the kid that you used to know. Wore black roses, wore funeral. Please don't cry to be beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Not that kid that you used to know. Want 3 shots of whiskey before I go. Throw the bottle in the ocean with my soul. I'm sorry, Mom, I'm not that kid that you used to know. To know, to know, to know, to know. Not that kid that you used to know. Want black roses in my funeral. Please don't cry to be beautiful, beautiful. I'm sorry for every family reunion I've ever missed, every phone call I never did. And I know I don't come home, but those rooms have too many white elephants. Yeah, then nobody has permission to miss me. You have to know I hate this city. Everybody buys them up but no one ever sees me. Believe me, I'm leaning on leaving cause I've been here too long. You know that I can't go home cause I don't belong. No, I don't need no phone call. Hold on, spare me the sad song. I don't need to hear about the old me. Just be quite clear, but I don't need just a grown man who can't afford these groceries. Reminisce about the old days and I wish the ones who died didn't. You think the grass is greener on my side? It's not really not the kid that you used to know. Want black roses for funeral. So proud to be beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Not that kid that you used to know. Want 3 shots of whiskey before I go. Throw the bottle in the ocean with my soul. I'm sorry, Mom, I'm not that kid that you used to know. To know, to know, to know, to know. Not that kid that you used to know. Want black roses on my funeral. I'm so proud of beautiful, beautiful. Not the kid that you used to know. Want black roses on my funeral. I'm so proud of beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Not the kid that you used to know. Want to shut the whiskey before I go. Hold the bite on the ocean with my toe. I'm sorry, mom, I'm not that kid that you used to know. Used to know, used to know, used to know, used to know. Not that kid that you used to know. Want black roses on my funeral. Take no pride in beautiful, beautiful. Yo!
Like it.
Hope everyone else likes it too.
Great new song.
Thank you.
Get back to the old business of the interviewing.
Yeah.
What I'm supposed to do around here. Eh? There we
Do your job, man.
I'm in business here. Hang on, microphone up. All right, okay. Okay, let's get back to the journey that is Krosst Out. Love those two tunes. Now, you said that one, right before you sung it, you said, now, speaking of going back home, so is that one dedicated to, like, Campbellford? Does that have a lot of Campbellford references in it? What are we talking about when you say, speaking of going back home, and you sing that song?
Yeah, well, so, before we started, so, like, Life of the Party, the first one, that one I wrote several years ago, and I was kind of like, I feel like I'm always in a constant state of reminiscing, but, so I kind of was, like, on some, like, party type stuff, and the record that I was working on, Life of the Party, like that title track, it sort of is painting a picture of like this person that parties and like a lot of times in rap music people glorify the party and like they don't ever tell you about like the downside. So it's like that song is a story of like we're going to a party, it's gonna be real lit, and then turns out it's just a complete disaster. And then by the end of the record, it kind of like, I'm not gonna give you the full thing. It's up to your own interpretation.
All right. I always kind of wondered that too. Like, who has to clean up the rapper's party afterwards? Like, you know, the poor person on the yacht that has to clean up after all those girls and all those bottles of Cristal are all popped, and you got to wake up the next day and you got to clean up that party.
The person that has to clean up the party that we were at was the person that hosted it.
Oh,
so if you made a mess, which usually I did, then like they weren't happy with you the next couple of days.
No, exactly. You got to stay awake. You got to get up. You got to clean in the morning. Maybe make some breakfast. Then they're not going to hate you.
Exactly.
Especially since they're going to find out you probably peed in a sink last night.
I never peed in a sink. There was shit. There was shit on a doorstep that one time.
Come on.
Someone like smearing it around.
Yeah, it was Campbellford. It was probably cow anyways. It was all right. They call that fertilizer in Campbellford.
No way.
Yeah, I didn't tell you that one.
Oh, man, that's terrible.
Yeah, it was funny. It wasn't me.
It happened.
I promise it wasn't me.
You know what? Everybody does something bad. Okay, so what happens with the journey after you get out of Montreal? You've taken sound engineering, and now you're a young man. You're on your way. You make your way to the big city of TO.
Yeah. So I kind of like during my time in Montreal, kind of like started moving away from bass because I was playing a lot of bass. So I was getting pretty good, but I really just wanted to pursue rapping more. So I continued writing, and then what happened was so it was a year course, and then at the end of that year, I ended up moving back with my parents.
Back
for
to
like,
Campbellford.
Yeah, when you've been on your own for like almost 2 years,
Especially in Montreal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the time, you're just going out. So
You're just throwing dollar bills at cows, and they're not getting up on a pole at all.
No, man, they don't do anything.
Exactly.
And
Gotcha.
yeah.
All right. Focus.
Fuck you, cow. And so, so I moved back, and then I wanted to leave. I actually got myself an internship at a recording studio.
Okay.
And
In Toronto?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was like, I was doing it. I didn't have like a job or anything. I just moved to Toronto, and I was like super, super poor. And I was doing this, working under the table at restaurants. And so then eventually I just kind of, the more I was in Toronto and the more I wanted to pursue, like I knew what I was going to do. I just kind of was like not sure on like how to get there. So it was all just like a snowball effect.
Yeah.
And then just started
Like, I've seen you. How do you get into doing the live shows? Where do you really start with that? Because I've seen you get some pretty wild out shows out there in Toronto.
Yeah, well, so what I was doing was like